Okay. Beta. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from.
I was kind of alluding to that. Yeah, like I say, the comfortability that he got and yes, yeah, he probably, like I say, from round one when he was boxing him, he wasn't going for nothing. Tank was trying to, he wasn't going for nothing, but he waited too much on Tank after that, and he started to let Tank get in his head. He let his hands go enough, but not enough. He let his hands go enough, but not enough. If he watched that fight, you will see it. Now everybody know Tank, kind of like you say, they love him too, and they turn on you on a dime. Yeah, people want to see him get his ass beat, even though they rooting for him and talking about how good he is. But they sick of his bullshit too. So people want to see him get his ass whooped. People terrible. But far as that, like I say, that's the only reason why they want to see him get beat. They just want to see him get beat. That's it.
And you're the
It wasn't
second.
that entertained of a fight. The entertainment was that he rocked Tank, that he messed up Tank, and that Tank couldn't do nothing to him. That was the entertainment. You know, Lamont showed that he's a solid fighter, and like this ain't nothing new in boxing. All these superstars, all of them. I don't want to name them, but you can name them. Any of them, all of them. It's a guy that wasn't necessarily had this famous name or no box office superstar or nothing like that, but he give the champion fits. He give him, he man, but nobody gonna remember him. Nobody even bring him up every now and again. So it ain't nothing new. So Lamont Roach is a solid. He's a world champion. No, he was a national champion. You could see his skill. He went with Jamel, who was an Olympian, who was a tall, rangy fighter who could punch. That was a great learning experience for him. And again, like I say, Tank, it's familiarity. So he was comfortable the whole time, and you could see the confidence in him. Tank couldn't really. He was trying to like punk him a little bit, but he really couldn't. And I think Tank had a lot of respect for him. He knew his boxing ability.
Right, right. And like you said, you believe Tank got stunned a few times in the fight.
Seen him get stunned. And Lamont, he always showed confidence in himself, but he never put Tank down, and he never even tried to engage in none of that. He just said, "Okay." He never get too belligerent, trying to show nobody, like he said. But he said, "Shit, I'll probably knock him out on the documentary." But he did good, Lamar Roach. But only thing like I say, if he gonna go back and wish he threw his hands more, he might start getting mad at himself and realize that he when he watches the fight, it feel good to hear everybody say that. But when you go watch the fight and you realize, I let him slide too much. Like even the last round, he's standing there posing, looking at the man like and then he got caught with a jab. That wasn't good.
Mm, mm. So, you talked about the takeaways of how Lamont could be better in the rematch. And you're the second person that alluded to that. Tell me, what do you see in Lamont in the rematch that he could be more successful? And not and also Tank, like also he added Barry, into the lead position. I don't know if that, do you feel like if that had anything to do with the directioning of it? Because we did hear in the post press conference too, Tank saying that he could have pushed the gas more. He should have, he said. So what's your take on that?
Exactly. Exactly. He's a champion. He got to defend his title. He got to defend his title. He didn't. He like I said, they both was looking at each other, and then finally after look, Tank will be the one to throw the first punch. He wanted felt like he wanted to retain his title. Lamont Roach felt like he was just happy to be there and get the success. He wasn't trying to take the title. He wasn't trying to take the title. And I'm saying that even from the last round, just even the last round, the final 20, 30 seconds of the last round, he wasn't throwing no punches. He looked at him and got caught with a jab. You can't close the show with a guy like that, with a guy like Tank Davis like that. Now, if he'd have had a knockdown or something, like a real knockdown or something, maybe he feeling, but you can't stop until the bell ends. You can't, Even if you're being active and slipping and sliding and something, he just standing there looking at him. I don't know. I didn't understand that. I don't understand why fighters sit there and look at each other for a long time. Change the angle. Keep a rhythm in your way. Snap a jab. Do a feint. Ain't no need of you standing there looking at no man for 20 seconds in a fight. That don't make sense. But so I think, like I say, Lamont Roach, he will be kicking himself in the ass that he didn't do more, but grateful that he did enough.
Mm, mm. If you was Lamont Roach, uh, do you believe actually his stock rose having a draw with
Yeah, yeah,
Tank?
yeah, 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 yeah. Because Lamont Roach, like I said, you saying that he the guy that outside of Cruz, but Lamont Roach is sharp, and he took them punches and he hurt Tank. Cruz didn't hurt Tank. Lamont Roach hurt Tank, and that's the first time he really been hurt that you visually seen him shook up. He caught him with a hook and he caught him with the straight right. So he hurt Tank to hurt him to the body. He hurt Tank. He if it was like that, like I say, and the punch count was similar. He landed the harder, cleaner blows. Whether Tank threw the more power punches, they said a few power, but his power punches didn't have no real effect on Lamont like Lamont Roach's did. So, if you want to base it on that, he probably won the fight, but Tank wasn't disgraced.
Mm, mm.
What it is, y'all already know. Big Boss Hog, Boss Dog, K-Po through the dope. Hit a talk to box before I get about solidic. Remember, 12 times on last. Good people do it on yourself. Kind of metaphor line, maybe matter. Big game metaphors on which one. He won his way to work. Yeah, spend my little time of prayer with God. And now I'm making a video for y'all. Bernie the Boxer, the #1 Terrence Crawford supporter, he didn't come out and say it, but he basically said Lamont Roach did not do enough to beat Gervonta Tank Davis. He said it looked like Lamont Roach was just happy to be there. Right? Now, if you got this far, you saw what Bernie the Boxer said. I'm just gonna throw my 2 cents on it. I agree. You know what I mean? There's a lot more Lamont Roach could have did, but there's a lot that Tank should have done, in my opinion. I feel like Tank was, and Bernie said this, was trying to knock Lamont Roach out. You know what I mean? It was a lot of standing around. It wasn't a lot of risk being taken. You know what I'm saying? And when you constantly throw hard shots, it's easy for a guy to brace and prepare for your shots, if that makes sense. And I feel like Lamont Roach did that. He know Tank hit hard. You know what I mean? And he know that, this was Tank coming with. So I gotta be prepared. You know what I mean? So it was a heck of a fight. That whole notion about Lamont Roach saying that, Tank ain't got no power, that's cap. You know what I mean? I'm telling you this. I'm a power puncher. I've been in the ring with guys, pause, and they'll tell you, like, man, I know you hit hard, so I had to brace, because there were times I'll spar guys and all I'm throwing is hard shots. So it's kind of like getting a whooping. Okay, you ever got a whooping and like after a while, like it don't hurt no more, right? Because you're immune to it. Well, that's kind of, I feel like what happened to Lamont Roach. You got immune to it, right? And Tank never really landed a shot on a button that can put that boy down. He landed some hard shots on him, right? But he didn't land one on a button like he did with Frank Martin, like he did with Eastside Pitbull Cruz. You got to throw a punch in certain points of the body or the head, you know what I'm saying? Like, prime example, you hit a dude up here, that's gonna knock his equilibrium off. You hit him like back here, equilibrium off. You hit him here, the jaw, where you can jam that jaw and move it up, it's a wrap. He never hit Lamont Roach with anything like that can put Lamont Roach in that position. You know what I'm saying? You gotta set stuff up. Like what he did with Frank Martin was, he threw the uppercut, right? Lift that chin up. and then threw the straight left on the button, dropped him. With Leo Santa Cruz, okay? He took a shot, and then he uppercutted him. Took a couple shots, slip, uppercut. Where it hit? Right here on the jaw. See what I'm saying? So all I'm saying at the end of the day is, like, when you look at the totality of the circumstances, Gervonta never hit Lamont Roach on a button. You know what I'm saying? Even like the body work. You know, when he dropped Mario Barrios, you want to hit him, you know, even Ryan, you want to hit him right under that sternum, right? For that liver shot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes don't like getting punched to their body. You know what I'm saying? But you can't do a single shot. You gotta put a punch together. You know? So you gotta get his hands up. Throw it something upstairs, get his hands up, back downstairs, and then fit and roll out. When you roll out, maybe a hook out. You know what I'm saying? Spinning out that thing. Roll, throw another one. You gotta put stuff together with fighters like Lamont Roach. But one thing I like that Bernie the Boxer said, and this is the first time I've ever agreed with him, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. One thing I like that he said was, hey, every champion that was looked at as the guy has had fights like this. Every champion. And that's facts. He said every champion that is looked at as the guy has had fights like this. Right? Where, you know, a guy that's kind of, I won't say a no-name guy, but a guy that's, you know, not really popular. Okay? The boxing world know who he is, but he's not really popular. And he's not really expected to do anything. And then he get in there and perform better than what he expected to do. Right? I'll give you an example right now. Marcus McDonald, Floyd Mayweather. Right? When Floyd fought Marcus McDonald the first time, they sat there and said, oh, Floyd lost. It was even people on Marcus McDonald's team, they feel like they won. So Floyd said, bet, rematch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to happen. You know, I'm not advocating for nobody. I'm just speaking facts in the sport of boxing. So fights like this are going to happen. All right? Another thing, these dudes that fought each other so many times in the amateurs. We just saw a fight last year, dudes who done fought many times in the amateurs, and you saw the outcome of that fight, right? They're supposedly supposed to fight again this year. So we will see, you know, how that goes. I'm talking about Devin and Ryan. So it's like, man, it ain't the fact that, oh, Tank ain't good. It ain't the fact Lamont Roach ain't good. I was telling y'all, I said, man, I think it's going to be competitive due to the fact these dudes know each other. I said, I just think Tank going to knock him out. And I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? It went to a draw. You know? But I knew it was going to be some type of competition. Right? I knew it was going to be competitive. Because I'm like, Lamont Roach is better than what people's trying to say. Right? I never sat there and said he sucked. Oh, man, Lamont Roach sucked. I said, man, Tank gonna get him out of there. And I said it was gonna be late. Right? So that's the only thing I got wrong. But the beautiful thing that Bernie said that I liked was, well, Tank said this, but Bernie kind of co-signed it. He said they love you until they hate you. And he said the people love you, but they secretly want to see you lose. And that's what a lot of people. See, I'm a fan of the sport of boxing. So I appreciate the sport. Okay? So I appreciate both fighters. Anytime these dudes decide to get in the ring, lace them up, and put on a show, for me as a fight fan, I respect both guys. Not gonna lie to you. I don't play the favorite side where I'm like, oh, this dude suck. I don't do that. I respect both guys, and that's the purpose of my channel, is to uplift but all fighters and both fighters. You know what I'm saying? I don't poo-poo on one fighter to uplift another one. Like I said, we go off facts on Boss Channel. So on my channel, we're gonna go off the facts. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna be like, okay, cool. This is this. And then we go off of that. I don't be like, oh, this dude sucks. I don't like him. I don't like him, so I'm picking somebody else because I don't like him. That's how y'all talk. That's how y'all sound in my mind when y'all be in the comment section. I don't like him. Tank's a weirdo. I don't like him. Yeah, that's how y'all sound when I read your comments. Tank's a C-level fighter. He's never fought anybody. Shakur's gonna dominate him. So then when I start cooking on Shakur, oh man, you just a Tank fan. No, I'm putting out the facts, right? That's what it is. And it's crazy. People want to try to use that, oh, you're just a Tank fan argument to try to distract you. Nigga, stay focused. Nigga, stay focused, nigga. I don't try to sit there and throw that out there. You trying to see what works, what sticks. Nigga, stay focused, nigga. You mad because I'm cooking you. That's what it is. So you want to try to come back with that with some laughing emojis. When you not laughing on the side of that phone. You on the other side of that phone or on your computer puzzle. You confused. I'm telling you, bro, I see beyond what y'all niggas be doing. And I told you, all smoke is welcome. All of it. So if you new to my channel, understand boss don't run from no smoke. I'm not tough. I'm not gangster. I'm just a grown man that don't tolerate disrespect. And that's just what it is. But I agree with everything Bernie the boxer say on here. You know what I mean? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Boss gone.